Welcome everyone, welcome to today's readings. Today is Sunday, and every Sunday I ask for an immediate message, something that you need to hear, a message that needs to find you right now. And we also check in on the week ahead. Welcome everyone. If you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul, welcome back. It's a real honor to be connected with you. I know some of you follow these readings every week. It really is such an honor to read for you. Welcome if you're new. It's amazing to be connecting with you. If you would like to join our beautiful Moon Magic community, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. Hopefully that way none of the readings will ever miss you. If they go live, hopefully they'll come straight to you in your stream. Now, we have 3 amazing cards to choose from to help to guide you in to the right reading or the right readings for you. I'm also going to draw charms and a rune as well for each of the piles. So I'll do that in just a moment. Now, at any time that you want to move straight through to a reading, if you know that that's the one for you, whether you're guided by the card, the runes, the charms, you can do so. The timestamps are in the description below, and I'll put them in a comment as well. You can also wait for me to complete this part of the video, and I will ask the universe. So you can check in with that, and I'll put it in a separate timestamp too. If you're not sure which pile or piles, we will be asking the universe to choose for you in just a moment. So let's look at the cards first of all, and then I can draw the runes and the charms as well. So pile 1, you have the tear. Pile 2, you have the king. Pile 3, you have the vision. Wowza wow. Really amazing energy, I have to say here. Really, really, really amazing. Okay, let's draw your runes. Okay, I've got 3, 1 for each pile. So pile 1, you have the rune of Perth. This is like the rune of initiation. Pile 2, you have Awaz. This is the rune of movement. And pile 3, you have the rune of Fehu. This is the rune of nourishment, possessions. Now let's look at a charm for each of these as well. Pile 1, your charm is the fishbone. That's for pile 1. For pile 2, you have, it's a beautiful moon. Kind of a moon with almost like rays of the sun, or almost like, reminds me of the hair on a lion's mane, though they also look like little leaves. Okay, so that's for pile 2, a beautiful moon. And pile 3, you have some ballet shoes. How beautiful. Do you know, I don't know if these have ever come out on this channel before now for a reading. I think this might be their very first dance steps on YouTube. How gorgeous. Okay, so here we have cards, runes, charms. I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer just to give you a little bit more time if you need it. But beautiful souls, you can skip straight to the readings if you know that you're ready. And in just a moment, after I've left the video running for a few moments, I will, in a separate timestamp, ask the universe which pile or piles are recommended today. I'll see you in the readings in a moment. Welcome, beautiful souls, to the part of the video where we ask the universe to reveal a pile for you. I'm on the homepage of my website. You can always come here to check in and find a pile if you need some help, and you can also find a reading. So let us ask the universe to reveal the pile or piles today. Today, the universe is suggesting piles 1 and 3. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. This is your first card, your initiator card. You have the Tear. You have Perth. Now, Perth is very often like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like a process, or like going through a tunnel, and like a process of initiation sometimes. I feel with the fishbone that there may be something, I was going to say something you need to see, but in all honesty, I think you may have seen it already. It may be something you have seen, and it may have caused you to shed a tear, or you have been through something and you're coming out the end of that tunnel. Perhaps again, maybe you're finally seeing your way through something. My goodness me, if any of you are processing a bereavement or a loss, then it may be that the light at the end of the tunnel is coming and you're going to see something more clearly. We're going to need to get more information, but I feel there is definitely, you've either seen something or you're going to be seeing something very clearly, very clearly. It does feel emotional. There's this, a few tears may be shed, but bear in mind that this is a very positive card. When we shed tears, we cleanse, we release, we let go of things that no longer serve us. You have guard the inner child. Oh, look at those beautiful rabbits. And then you have embrace the internal mother. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me, isn't this extraordinary? Guard the inner child, embrace the internal mother. I feel like you are either having to look after yourself, or you're being encouraged to look after yourself, because this isn't saying somebody else will look after you. It's the internal parent, the internal mother within you, nurturing the inner child. Maybe something has cut quite deep for you. Beautiful souls, right to the core, actually, to the bare bones. I am so sorry if this is the case. I am so sorry if something has hurt you, but I do feel something has touched quite a vulnerable part of you. What else are we shown? Let's draw more cards for you, my beautiful pile 1. You have 11th house community. Okay. Look at all the hands we've got. Virgo, digest. Okay. I do actually think, and if what I'm saying is not resonating with you, this might not be the right reading for you. I feel that there is something, this is close to home. It could be your friendship group, your immediate community. It could be a community you belong to. I think you have seen something and it has cut you to the core. I think you have, and I think it has caused you to feel really quite vulnerable. And actually what your reading is saying, and I think this is your first message. I know we haven't drawn your tarot cards yet, but I feel your first message is actually, this is something you need to digest. I don't think this is something that you can, hence the process. I think there is a process to go through. Perth, an initiation. There is a process to go through so that you see something. I think you have seen something. You may even have seen, what you thought was a collaboration, and it's not a collaboration. We've got 3 hands here. Very interesting that the darker one here, that they're very different hands, different viewpoints, maybe different perspectives, but I feel that you are seeing all sides of something. And these hands are holding a harvest. So there is something very positive to come from this. But yeah, I do. And these beautiful little bunny rabbits, they look like rabbits rather than hares, but they are symbols of fertility. I think something good and positive, a harvest, will come from this. But I do think something has literally cut you to the core. And I'm so sorry. Your first message is that I think you need to digest this. There's a process to go through. You may find you need to shed a few tears. Actually, there may be something, you're processing the emotional content, hence the internal mother. It may have left you feeling quite childlike, quite vulnerable. Let's find out more. Maybe find out more for my pile ones. I'm so sorry, but I really do feel this has been quite tough for you. I really, really do. Okay, you have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. There's a figure behind him. The Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. You have another four, the Four of Cups. I think you've seen something that you'd rather not have seen. And I think that's been quite tough. And it's interesting. Do you know, a part of you would prefer to hold on to. A part of you would prefer to hold on to the picture that you had, rather than the picture that you now see. Now you have the Four of Wands, which is a card of great celebration. You also have the Three of Wands, which is a card of being a big turning point, a new voyage. And you have the Six of Wands, which is a really super amazing card. It's very positive, very powerfully positive, and it's very visible. It's about visible success. Somebody is successful here, visibly successful. Okay, I'm kind of getting a flood of messages around these. So because it's a general reading, I'll kind of process some different things and voice some of the different messages. The common ground in the reading is that I think all of you have seen something that I suspect you would rather not have seen. You know, perhaps an aspect of something or someone. And what your reading is really showing you is that even though you would perhaps rather not have seen it, this is actually creating a point of fertility. It's a turning point. It needed to happen. I also think if you have been processing something, so if this is something that happened a little while ago, and you've really been going through it emotionally, if you really have been digesting it, there may even have been an event. You might have been digesting something for a little while, and then an event came along, community event or something happened that caused you to, it's just really highlighted it in some way. The powerfully positive result here is to do with success, visibility. For some of you, even taking a slightly new voyage or taking a new pathway. It's like you forge a commitment. I think it's to a different viewpoint, to a different pathway. I think this actually really needed to happen. Because I don't think that there's a level of success that is coming that somehow, I think if you'd remained in that, with that limited vision, you'd have remained a bit bored, a bit stuck, not quite stepping out of your comfort zone. This has actually arrived to create a situation of profound promise, actually. There's a key here. Page of Pentacles is loaded with promise. It's an amazing card of potential. I think that for you to step into your fullest potential, you had to see something. You've had to work through it. You've had to process it. As I said, some of you are processing it, you're digesting it, and that's part of your message. You need to digest it. For those of you who have already been digesting, this is the point where we're heading towards the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think something had to actually shift, because you would have remained in quite a stuck place if you hadn't seen what you have now seen. And this is the message that your reading is bringing through. These are really powerful cards of positivity, of success, of promise, of movement, of celebration. Let's ask about the week ahead. These are your messages, most definitely, that are coming through. And I'm really sorry it happened, but actually this is just an affirmation to say it really needed to. And this is really, really joyous that this took place. It really is. So the week ahead, Two of Wands. So this is about looking ahead. not looking back. Woohoo! Wow. You have the Emperor, looking ahead, taking charge. You've got the Awakening. This is the Justice, sorry, the Judgment card, rather, not the Justice card, the Judgment card, the Awakening card. Oh my goodness me. This week is a time for you to 100% look ahead, take charge, move on. You're awake to this. You are awake. You know what it is. It's time to actually almost like consciously come out of that tunnel. I think you've had to nurture yourself, and please continue to do so. Please continue to do so. You had the Five of Cups. Some of you may actually have felt a little bit rejected even. But. I'm actually hearing stop crying over spilt milk. Now that sounds a bit harsh, and as a counsellor, if I put my therapy hat on, that feels like something I wouldn't want to say to anybody who is distressed or shedding a tear, because shedding tears are important. But I also think there comes a time when we are invited to it's what I would call the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and those qualities sit within us each. This is not about male or female. It's both of those qualities. If you think of if let's say a child falls over and they're really upset, you know, the mother time energy, whether it's coming from anybody, mum, dad, whoever, whatever, non-gender specific, the mother time energy is to pick up that child and say, give them a really big cuddle and say, look, it's okay. You know, you're going to be all right, to dust them off, make sure they genuinely are okay. It's that kind of energy. But actually, there comes a time when father time energy is right, the masculine energy, and as I said, non-gender specific in who delivers it. But it's time to say, right, okay, we've shed those tears, now it's time to pick up and move on. It's time to pick up the pieces. It's time to come out of the tunnel, as it were. And that's what I'm seeing. It's time to be grateful for what you've been shown rather than disappointed by what you've been shown. That's what I'm seeing. And I think that's what's emerging this week. You have the Three of Pentacles, so it may be that somebody will reach out to you. Do you know, it might even be, I've got the Two of Swords, it might even be that, you know, if this has come from a community or people immediately around you, do you know, it may even be that somebody reaches out to you. Could even be either from the community, but it could be from a different community. But I think you're going to get, do you know, unexpectedly, I also think somebody is potentially going to come forwards and acknowledge or validate what you've seen. It's like they'll take off their mask. Maybe they felt that maybe somebody has also seen what you have seen. And I think somebody might come forward and validate that position. That's what I feel. Yeah, you have the card of strength. I'm hearing have the courage of your convictions. I actually think there will be some sort of validation. Someone will sort of, I don't know, I mean, perhaps part of what you've seen is that you've seen somebody, you've seen through the mask, you've seen through the illusion. But I think there's maybe a confirmation where somebody, either someone says something or someone does something or someone comes forward, but something happens and it's like, I think it is a validation of what you have seen but possibly would have preferred not to have seen. And it is an affirmation. You may even shed a few more tears, but my goodness me, it compounds and corroborates what you've seen but would rather not have seen, and that in itself may be part of the turning point. It's kind of like, actually, do you know what? I know where I am now. This is so clear, and I do feel that you are able to sort of look ahead and take a bit of a different pathway forwards. You know, it helps you to move on, having that validation. And this is what I'm seeing this week. Wow, pile one. This feels very epic, really big stuff happening. I guess the root of this is all about discernment, guarding your own energy, honouring your own pathway to success and to visible success. And perhaps, you know, what you've seen would have been a block to your success in some way. But I think it had to happen, and this is why your reading and your messages are showing up today. Pile one, I am sending you all the love in the world. Truly, I'm sorry it happened, but my goodness me, I think the outcome is going to be so positive for you. I think it was a real turning point of kind of divine guidance, if I'm honest, really. Pile 1, I'm sending you the biggest hug ever. Loads and loads and loads of love. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never, ever miss a reading. Loads of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the King. This is an amazing energy, very, very powerful. I'm very struck by the fact that I saw the moon and I saw this sort of lion's mane, kind of, you know, they're like little leaves, but I saw this lion's mane. That was my really strong connection to this beautiful moon charm. Now we have the rune of movement, Awaz. This is the bettering of any situation. Something is gathering momentum. I feel like maybe there's an honesty. Someone puts their hand up to something here. Maybe you put your hand up to something here. I don't know. If you think about the King energy, you know, I suppose it connects a little bit to the Emperor energy in the tarot. But the King energy, you know, a king is, it's about our sovereignty and our leadership. Now, if we think of this as an energy of leadership, a leader can really, really lead and honour every member of their community, really support the growth, the health of a community. In many ways, the energy and the essence of the leader, you know, filters down through a community. Healthy leader, healthy leadership, healthy community. But actually, if the leader is oppressive or, you know, setting out from a personal agenda, you know, it's the opposite. So there's the higher and lower vibration of this. Do you feel someone, it's like putting their hand up to something? So somebody may put their hand up to something. Let's find out more. Oh, okay, your cards are flying out. Remember the little things. This is important because it's the little things that count, isn't it? And a leader, again, that king energy, that sovereignty. I mean, in some ways, this sort of connects to ego. And again, there's nothing wrong with healthy ego where we have developed a sense of self, but we can also become, you know, egotistical and in a lower vibrational way. I think maybe there are things, maybe there's something to look at in more detail or to remember the things that really count. Okay, maybe you're needing to see something that really counts. Rise again. This is interesting. I feel like there's another from this deck as well. Howl with fierceness. I am loving this. Okay. Remember the little things. Rise again. Dear ones, I wonder if you have been suppressed. Have you been put down by somebody who was in a position of leadership? Someone who actually perhaps has even forgotten the little things. Because you're being invited here to rise, to, you know, have a voice. Maybe there's been an issue of loyalty around you as well for some of you. You have Uranus change and Pluto rebirth. Right, let me move your cards along. Make sure we get all of these in your top row. I think we can do that. Yeah, super good. Wow, these are big cards. So, really big cards. I feel as though your reading is already suggesting, I think on one level, I think you need to step into your own sovereignty. For some of you, you may actually have literally been put down by somebody else with an ego or an agenda. Ground yourself, anchor yourself. Remember what matters to you. Don't be put down or swayed by anybody else's ego. Don't be put down or swayed or drawn into a direction by anybody that has, you know, in a leadership position who might not really honour your true values. This is coming through really strongly, however this fits in your world. Now, change is around you, rebirth is around you, there is essence of change. There is something here about you really finding yourself, reconnecting to what matters to you, standing your ground, honouring your loyalty potentially to something, maybe even to somebody who's been put down, to the underdog, literally. We get more information and guidance. Maybe get more information and guidance for my pile 2s. I'm seeing this one as well. And these. We'll look at the week ahead in a moment. You have 8 of Wands. Ooh, and the 7 of Wands. You have the 9, gosh, how interesting, 8, 7, 9 of Wands. Then you have the 6 of Swords, the High Priestess, the card of Justice, the 5 of Cups, and we have one more card. I don't think we're going to get it into that row, but you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So something is going to change and turn. Okay. Now, something is moving forwards. This is a card of great speed. It's got a really fast energy. Right, rise again. I think this is all about you reconnecting, realigning with something that really matters to you, fighting for the underdog or fighting for the... It is about fighting for the things that really matter. Howl with fierceness. There's a defensiveness around the 7 of Wands where often people have to defend against somebody else's envy. And I do feel you might even be defending somebody who's been through quite a lot. Bit of a wounded soldier. You may even be the wounded soldier. You may be feeling really quite, battle weary. I feel as though something... I actually do feel as though there could even have been a ganging up on somebody who had to really defend themselves. And if this is you, I'm really sorry. But this is a time to put it... I think things... the Wheel of Fortune, Uranus change, Pluto rebirth. This is about rising again. This is not being held back by something that's happened that was ego-driven. Now, whether this was something that happened in your own world, you got tangled in something and it took you down a particular road, or for some of you, you literally did kind of feel a bit ganged up against. But I feel like something changed quite quickly. And this is about you really honouring what matters to you, rising again, not being afraid to sort of declare it. Also, not being afraid to walk away. I'm curious about the 5 of Cups sitting here. I've got the High Priestess here. So there's... whatever's happening at the moment is guided. Trust your intuition. Of course, that's what we're being shown here. I think there's a sort of... It's like calling that shot. Rise again, howl with fierceness. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put your hand up. Don't be afraid to put your hand up and put your hand up and be counted. I do feel there's been something here that has... Yeah, there's this sort of battle-weary warrior. I'm going to draw a couple more cards around the 5 of Cups. I just want to check in on this. But this feels almost... I want to say justice will be served. The truth will out. Even if someone doesn't put their hand up, I think you're being asked to step up, stand up and be counted on the basis of what you really believe in. My pile 2, but whatever this situation is. I'm going to just ask about the 5 of Cups. May I kindly have more information about the 5 of Cups? You've got the 9 of Swords. Oh, wow. And then the Awakening, which is the card of Judgment. I think judgments have been made. Yeah, I think judgments have been made. I think... And I'm so sorry if you've been on the end of this. I really, really am. But this is about putting your hand up, stand up and be counted. Don't be afraid to have a voice. But I am sorry, because it does feel as though you've had to either defend yourself or you've had to defend someone else. and I'm really sorry that's happened. But this is the bettering of any situation. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. Pluto, rebirth. Uranus, change. Six of Swords, we're moving through and beyond something. The High Priestess, you're being guided through this. Super duper guided. Please don't worry about the change. Please don't worry about the shift. This is really purposeful. This is all about you standing up. And of course, this is about you stepping into your own sovereignty. Potentially, though, it's interesting because there is a real flavour of stepping into your own sovereignty in the face of somebody who owns, I think, some almost inappropriate sovereignty, like ego-based issues. Step up into your own sovereignty. Rise again, howl with fierceness. Remember what really matters. I think you know, right at the core. Let's ask about the week ahead for my pile twos. You have the Page of Pentacles. This is gorgeous because this is a card of so much promise. Sow some seeds of promise. Make a commitment to where you want to go. Where do you want to place your energy? You've got the Ten of Swords. This is a card of endings, but endings through wisdom, endings through awareness, endings that come by choice because you're now wise about something. So this is, an ending with awareness. You have the Knight of Wands, which is a really magical energy where something, it's like the creativeness, the passion, the excitement. I mean, this is a real pioneer energy. And the Two of Swords. Step up and be counted. Take the masks off if you are wearing a mask that you believed you had to wear. I feel like there's a circumstance or a situation where you need to step up and be counted or reveal your true feelings, or even if you're only honouring them to yourself, looking yourself straight in the eye and being really truthful and owning how you really feel about a situation, whether that is stepping up to support someone else or you are the wounded soldier and you're stepping up to support yourself. This is all about stepping up and being counted. And I think this week, it's almost as though energetically there is the opportunity for you to really face up to something, put your hand up to yourself, really honour how you really, really feel, because that's how you're going to rise. That's how you are going to rise and step up in true authenticity, is by being completely honest with yourself about what really matters in something, whatever that may be for you. Pile 2. This is your reading. I am sending you so much love. Beautiful souls, it's an honour to be connected with you. This feels very, very big, actually. Really big turning point. But it's so anchored and grounded in core beliefs that really matter. And I feel like the universe has your back. It's kind of like integrity rules okay. And as you step into that space, purely in honesty with yourself, or indeed in a way that defends either yourself or others, howling with fierceness, I just feel the energy is really, really primed for success for you. Beautiful souls, this is your reading. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, and I am sending you all the love in the world. Pile 3, your energy is absolutely gorgeous. I just have to say this from the start. You've got these ballet shoes. It's like, I think I said right at the start, this is the first time that they have ever danced. It's like their debut dance on YouTube. You've got the vision. Wow. And you have Fehu, possessions, nourishment, ambition satisfied. I think actually 2 ambitions may be satisfied. 2 areas of your life are coming into alignment. And I feel like something is being opened up for you. Now, it could be the route to your vision. It could be more than one dream. You could be literally dancing, a bit like when you sail into the sunset, dancing into the sunset. There's something really quite sort of almost, it feels like quite magnetic in the energy here. But let's find out, what is your first message? What are we being shown here for my pile threes? Gather your tribe. Ooh. Okay. You have tell your story. Wow. And your final card from this deck, remember the little things. This came out in pile 2, actually, as well. Okay, this is actually really rather lovely. Look at the way the colours really align. We've got some really sort of rich autumny colours coming in here. Earthiness. Gather your tribe, tell your story, remember the little things. I feel like this is an anchor point for you. I want to say to manifest. It may even be that certain things are literally about to manifest in your life. And that may be part of your message, like an affirmation. You're about to dance with joy. You know, what's that saying? I'm coming up with all sorts of sayings that don't necessarily, haven't got quite the right words, but they've got the right energy. Like, you know, there's a saying called sing like no one can hear you, but this would be dance like no one can see you. It's something really amazing is coming in here. The energy is sparkly, it's alive, it's anchored, it's grounded. Something coming to fruition. Let's get more. Let's get more. I'm thrilled for you. It feels super positive. You've got dignified strength. You've got Scorpio investigate. Okay, let's move these along. Scorpio investigate. Ooh, I think there's maybe a path to follow that takes you to a vision, to a dream, to something you wanted to manifest. It's worthy of investigating. But I think there's a path. I think maybe a path is being opened up for you. Now, for some of you, it could literally be a pathway to tell your story. Maybe you're supposed to write something. I don't know. That could be a specific message for some of you. This is about dancing into the future. More than one potential as well, more than one area of your life maybe. But this is about dancing into the future, stepping up into the future. What do you need to investigate? Let's find out more. You've got the Sun. Oh, how gorgeous. You have the Knight of Cups. Setting sail. You've got the Five of Swords and the Justice card. Okay. This is a turnaround in something. Page of Cups. How interesting. We have the Knight and the Page. I'm seeing this and this. We're going to put some on a different row. You have the Ten of Cups. Wow. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have some more. Let me bring those up in a moment. Let's put these here first. You also have the Seven of Cups and the Star. This is a card of dreams, like your head in the clouds. Put your head in the clouds. In this instance, I think that there is about to be an opening for you. You're going to need to investigate it, okay? You are going to need to take an action to set forth. Now, the Five of Swords is interesting because this can feel as though like something is not always entirely fair, or it's a difficult decision. Strength, investigate, gather your tribe. These two things. I think it might be two options and you need to choose one of them. I think there could be more than... So there's a dream or a vision or something you really want to do. I suspect it does connect in some way to telling your story. However that might be, whatever that might be. It could be having a voice, just learning to have a voice. It could literally be going down the road of therapy and to find your voice, and there could be more than one therapist to choose from. You could be writing your book. There's more than one route that you could take it down. I think there will be a choice this week. It could be around you already. If it's not around you already, then I think this week we are looking at it emerging. Now, one of these choices, I think one of these choices looks a little bit better than the other. Remember the little things. But I suspect the one that doesn't look quite as good, this would be like, let's say you got offered a book deal, for example. Let's say you've got a manuscript, you've written your story, you send it off, you've got 2 publishers. You want to sail off into the sunset. You want to dance into the future. One of them looks a bit more impressive than the other, but one of them is leading to long-term happiness and genuine potential, and the other, I think, is not as fair as you would like it to be. Okay? Now, you're being asked to, with your head in the clouds, don't idealize the solutions or the choices that come to you. The right one will become apparent, and I think the way that you see the right choice is by remembering the little things. Notice the little things. Notice, it would be like, what if you've been longing to meet the love of your life? This isn't specifically a relationship reading. In fact, not particularly at all, but what if it's just an example of the energy. What if you meet 2 people suddenly, and both of them look pretty good, and you're really interested? Which one of them actually remembers the little things? Which one of them is more anchored and grounded? The energy in these is very grounded, very earthy. I think it's the earthy one, the one that appears to be younger or less, I don't know what to say, less mature, and yet it's got more promise. It will become apparent. Let's get more information. Maybe ask for more information about how the vision to, like, literally which pathway to take becomes apparent for my pile 3s. King of Swords, look at the contract, look at the deal, look at the terms and conditions. And it is interesting, the terms and conditions, again, look at the little things. What matters? What matters? 2 of Cups. There's a connection here in this instance, but your relationship to a particular direction, to an opportunity to make a choice. I think there will be a choice between 2, and you can only choose one. It's about finding the one that is actually going to resonate with you at a really core, grounded level. Which one would really mirror, like, the very essence of your soul, of what would make you happy, as opposed to what looks really exciting and grand. That's what I feel. Check in. Read the term. Look at the terms and conditions. If you think of every connection as a contract, every connection you ever meet, it's like a contract. What's required of you? Even when we meet somebody, and a bit like when you fall in love, and again, this isn't specifically a relationship reading, but when you meet someone and you fall in love, it's not like a job where you look at the details of the job description. We enter relationships often with lots of assumptions that the person will meet our needs and be the right person for us, but we don't always necessarily actually check in and really clarify what we're looking for, what are they looking for, are we really compatible? It's like maybe some of you could be offered 2 jobs. Which is the one that is going to be right for you? The key here is to investigate it. Look at the details. Look at the little things. Think about what really matters to you. Don't be afraid to voice what you need, because this is about finding the right connection with whatever this might be, whether it is a job or a place or a person, whatever it is. It's about finding what's right. And it is about what really resonates at almost like a core level of soul. Let's ask about the week ahead. And this is super exciting, because this is about dancing into the future. You have the 2 of Pentacles, so I do think there'll be an opportunity for a choice. And again, I think it's between 2 things. You will need to walk away from one of them with the 10 of Swords. And then you have the Hermit. How interesting. Let's ask a little bit more about the Hermit, please. With the Hermit, we also have the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, that's really lovely. Ultimately, it's your choice. You'll have to walk away from one because I don't think you can do both. But curiously enough, I want to say with the Hermit energy, do you know, I don't think it's going to be that difficult for you to decide. I feel as though you'll be guided somehow. You may even be able to kind of like ask a friend, you know, somebody may actually support you in making the right choice, in fact, I suspect with the Three of Pentacles, this is a real phone a friend. Talk to people about it. If you're not sure about this choice, talk to people about it. I think friends, family, colleagues, whatever that is, you know, whatever the decision is and whatever area of your life this comes into, don't be afraid to seek help and support in making that choice and decision, because I think you'll get really valuable guidance from other people. And I think it will really help you, again, to step away and see very clearly, you know, which of these options is the right one for you, because it'll be the one that really fires you up. It's the one that you'll know, you'll just know, I think. But I think it does require conversation. And I think this week, this is an opportunity for you to really discuss this choice with friends, with family, with, as I said, colleagues, whoever. But I think their help will be invaluable in helping you to know, to step away from it, as it were, literally, and to see with clarity. Sometimes we can't see the woods for the trees when we're navigating something for ourselves, whereas somebody else can be really quite objective. So your guides are also suggesting you do talk to somebody, talk to your friends about it, or family, or whoever. Talk to other people about these choices and get their thoughts upon it as well. And you'll find that I think you get some real help and assistance in making the decision that's right for you. But there is, out of the two choices, there is one that I feel is head and shoulders over and above the other in terms of its genuine potential for happiness, for success in every possible way. Wow. You might want to check in if you are finding yourself feeling like you really need a bit of extra help as well. Do check in, go to the main Moon Magic Tarot channel, the main Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel. I have two. The Moon Magic Monthly Tarot channel is where I post my all zodiac readings. You may find those helpful. And the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel is where I post these. Go to the homepage and look for a yes, no, maybe reading. You might be able to find something that really, really helps you in this situation, or helps you to really look in more depth at what's going on here. But there's definitely one solution out of the two, even though they kind of look quite similar. It almost looks as though one is a little bit more, slightly bigger, better, more advanced than the other. But actually, it looks to me as if it's the slightly, sort of almost like the slightly younger model, the slightly, perhaps the slightly lower paid, or I can't even say what, but there's something about what matters. And one of them is definitely the better, or giving you a longer term connection. It's kind of the path to follow, I think. But wow, what exciting times. Keep me posted in the comments, beautiful pile 3. I am sending you all the love in the world. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading. Loads and loads and loads of love.